Tell me about where you're from.
I'm from El Salvador, in Central America.
You were growing up in the 70s there, and...
Yes, I'm old.
Yeah, right. Well, you wear it well. That's good.
Let's put it in that way.
And today is March 24th, and it's the commemoration, the feast day of Oscar Romero, because he died on this day in 1980. But you had some connection with him through church.
Well, basically, most people, most poor people have connection and that kind of a link. I would say emotional link to what he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
But while I was I would say a teenager, I was part of the Scout movement, so it was a tradition to do your community service during the Holy Week, right? To attend the processions and, deal with the traffic. Like here, the police do it, or the cadets in Winnipeg. And in El Salvador at that time, it was the Scouts that do the traffic, control the traffic, while people were in processions or pilgrimage as well, right? So at that time, I had several opportunities to see him close, in 1978 and in 1979. And in 1978, it was more a kind of a close encounter because I was holding the procession like with others, like this, right, while he was coming through, and then his microphone fell. So I was just run to grab it and to give it to him, right? So it was a personal touch, and he was grateful that I did that, and it was nice. It was nice.
How was he received by the people of El Salvador? When you talk about these public things, was he famous and loved, or was he just another...
I will say that it was like a gold coin, right? Mm-hmm. For some people it was love at first sight, and for others it was somebody that was not a friend for them. It depends of I will think how he transitioned from his pure faith without seeing what happened around him,
mm-hmm.
And then suddenly realized that it wasn't perfect life in El Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
So he turned his eyes and his thoughts, and I would say his faith too,
mm-hmm.
to the poor,
mm-hmm.
and that made a switch too, right? People that used to love him or to feel comfortable with him, suddenly they didn't feel in that way. And people that thought that he was defending an ideology, they suddenly feel, hey, this guy is with us.
Right, yeah.
Right, so the lesson I would think is that you always will be hate or love.
Right.
But the main lesson that he provide, I would think, is that your faith can save you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It doesn't matter what you suffer. The faith and put the faith to work for those that are not as privileged of others. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
You described there being a clear point where his theology changed, right? Like he was a priest and a bishop and then an archbishop. Can you describe a bit of where that transition was? I
believe in most people's documents says that when his friend Rutilio Grande died in 1977, that's when he realized that something wasn't right. I believe that he kept his faith. Even he probably reinforced it at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But the application, the way that he used or he put in the context the faith
mm-hmm.
changed.
Yeah.
Right. I believe that's what happened with him, and that's, I believe, is when he turns to be more prophetic.
Okay.
And trying to create a conciliation between the different, I would say, stakeholders,
mm-hmm.
right? Or people with different kind of ideologies. He was not an ideologist.
Okay.
In terms of supporting a political party, I'm not.
No.
I don't believe that.
No.
I don't think that. But it was more like how the faith can save everybody.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that it was just the Catholic faith. I'm talking about all of those that believe in God.
Right. Yeah, that Jesus came for justice. That
Yeah.
everybody have.
Yeah, everybody has an opportunity.
Yeah.